Welcome, everybody, to the very first episode of the XP Grind podcast. I am your host, Zach. I'm here with my two lovely bestest buddies. Have them introduce themselves. First, we'll start off with, how about you, Cody? You go first.
I'm Cody, if you didn't hear that.
Mm-hmm. What do you like to play, Cody? What are your fallback type of things? What are the things that you play the most?
I tend to fall back to Pokemon the most.
Okay.
Mainly just turn-based RPGs, but Pokemon's the one I go back to the most.
Okay.
The reason being, I don't know, every experience is different for me. I tend to do different things with it. There's a number of things you can do with the style playthrough. Nuzlockes, monotypes, there's a ton you can do with it. And
lots of words.
Yeah, lots of words.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, so yeah, that's what I fall back to.
Okay, so you always fall back to the Pokemon.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and different ones doesn't really matter.
Just general turn-based, too?
General turn-based, lately mainly just because I haven't played them. I've been playing a lot of the Final Fantasies. 7, I played for the first time around February, I think it was. Yeah, I know.
Absolutely criminal.
I know. And I just finished playing 10 very recently. Finally getting around to playing.
Getting around to playing the games that came out 15 years ago.
Yeah, just catching up,
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
And then this one is James. Let him... The same question, James. What? Tell us about yourself. What are your fallback type of things?
Alright, I'm James. Fallback games, that's a little bit of a tougher one for me. I'm kind of all over the place with a fallback game, but I always tend to go back to something I played that has replay value. A lot of JRPGs, a lot of action adventures. You don't see me catch me playing like a lot of platformers. Those are kind of one and done. Fighters, same thing. I'll play it like once, and that's about all you get out of it.
Fair enough.
And to be fair, Fighters, I just want to interrupt real quick. Fighters are more of a couch co-op.
Exactly,
that's
yeah.
a co-op experience.
Yeah.
So you sit down and play with it.
You'll go through the campaign with each character once, but to kind of experience it and see the ending, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Like Mortal Kombat, I'm a big fan of that, series,
yeah.
but again, it's pretty much one and done when you're playing it by yourself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I'm in the mood for a sandbox, so I'll go back and hit GTA again, or Crackdown, that kind of thing. I'm in the mood for an action adventure, go back and play Zelda, any of them I'll go back and play. In the mood for JRPG, I'll go back and play 7 or 8. There's a ton to pick from. Sometimes I'm in the mood for, what was that one on the 360? I can't think of it.
Lost Odyssey?
Yeah, Lost Odyssey, thank you. That's a great one if you're in the mood for that type of thing. It has kind of an 8 feel to it, even.
That game makes me feel... I stopped playing it because of that.
It made me feel way too hard.
You gotta not read the stories.
The stories are the saddest,
That is the saddest part. Yeah, no. What you gotta do is you gotta get through to the crying kids, because that's not not depressing at all. It's just annoying.
Yes.
But yeah, in the mood for a Western RPG, obviously there's Bethesda and BioWare games. But that's what it comes down to for me for fallback game is replayability more than anything else.
Right.
It's not really
that's what it seems like.
Type of game.
Yeah.
But pretty much all of them you can do a completely different way.
They're basically just looking to go back and get a different experience than the last time you played it, but still something familiar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the other thing is also just depth of the game, because a lot of the other types of games I like to play are PC games that involve either a lot of strategy or a lot of building, either like a city builder or just a straight strategy game, or like a Civilization.
Lots of thinking.
Yeah, Sins of Solar Empire, that kind of game. Big fan of those. And I also like to mod heavily too, so that'll give pretty much any game replay value.
A whole lot of it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm Zach. I play a lot of just everything, if I'm totally honest, but my favorite fallback things are by far the Metal Gear Solid franchise as a whole. I love them.
Same here. I didn't even mention those. Yeah.
Those are so amazing.
Huge fallback for me too.
Yeah, for me, it's one of those games that, like you said, you can always have a different experience depending on how you play it, what difficulty you play on, what type of playthrough you want to go for.
What sort of goal you have in mind going
into
it.
If you want to be like, super crazy, murderous, big boss from hell, if you want to be like super amazing, stealthy, Solid Snake who doesn't get a single alert.
Kill everybody but don't get seen.
Exactly. There's so many different options with those. And with GTA... is pretty much I just want to go on a rampage and have some fun and steal a car and blow it up and then hit somebody in the face with a hammer.
The other thing that I find fun in GTA is try to go through the game and not commit a crime. I mean, not like play
Right.
the game and not commit a crime, but just try to travel from one side of the city to the other, and not even run
One
a red
thing I
light.
catch myself doing in games like that, where you can mainly just where you can drive around in a city, I stay in the lane and I follow the lights. Even like
Yep.
I go and I stop at the lights, let pedestrians
Yeah.
cross.
It's like, why don't I have a turn signal?
One thing that's always actually bothered me about the GTA games is that there's not a speedometer. I wish there was some kind of a speedometer so I know how fast I'm actually going.
I think it was Vice City, when I was playing it back on PS2, I noticed if you held the X button just a certain amount, you would just hold speed right at about the same speed the NPC cars were going, and you could actually...
So kind of like a cruise control?
Yeah, you could actually kind of travel with traffic, but that was the first one that I actually just kind of dicked around in the most.
Yeah.
Mafia 2 actually has like a speedometer on your car, and if you go over the speed limit, you will get pulled over by a cop.
That's awesome.
It's just one of those things I was like, this is awesome. It doesn't happen terribly
it was like-
often, but
Was it Driver 3 or something? Had something like that.
I'm sure.
too.
Yeah.
I remember that because I never actually played the full game. I think I rented it back when it came out.
Mhm.
But yeah, I do remember what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good
Yeah,
game.
I didn't play it. I was similar to you. I just like rented it or something like that. I just remember
Back when renting
experiencing
games was the thing.
it. Yeah.
Go to the video store
and
and
down to Blockbuster. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
First time I played GoldenEye was that way. I rented that. I wasn't
Really?
I wasn't allowed to play it at the time, so I had to.
Oh, you had
I
to
had to
sneak
get
it
it
in.
on the DL. I went to a friend's house, stayed the night. It's like, hey, let's go rent a game.
Please
We're
don't
not
tell
allowed
my
to
parents
play.
about
Yeah.
this.
Oh no, they completely no. My parents didn't know. My friends knew not to tell my parents.
One of those type of super stealthy things.
Oh yeah, stay up all night, get all hopped up on caffeine.
That's the best way to do it.
This is the best way to do anything.
Yes.
Just life in general needs
Caffeine.
to have needs more caffeine.
Oh yeah,
Life plus caffeine.
total caffeine junkie.
Yes.
Speaking of which, I'll get a hit right
A
now.
little,
There you
little
go.
bit of
There
that
we go.
NOS.
Yep,
There we go.
I'll plug for Nos.
Plug for
Yeah.
NOS. There you go. Sponsor. Beautiful.
Oh yeah, take that soup.
So now that we
To
know,
make it creepy, Cody.
now that we know what we are kind of into, what have you guys been playing lately?
Eve, I've been totally fucking addicted to Eve.
Okay, so
You gotta log in every day to update your skill. Not every day, but you should log in every day to update your skill queue because the skills, they train passively. You don't have to be logged in or doing something for your skills to train. You can just train them and let them go, which is really nice because you don't have to sit there and grind constantly. But if you decide you want to play something else, you still gotta. It's a good idea to log in and make sure your skill queue isn't sitting there empty, not training anything.
Yeah. Well, you've said something to me about that game in the past where it was like that game was designed to be played with
Other games, yeah, it's not designed to dominate your life.
Yeah, which
Yep.
is something that does seem very nice.
Yeah. Early on in the game, it's going to take a little bit more time because...
Well, obviously, because everything's shorter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A
You're
lot of
just getting
skill
your feet
trains are
wet.
like 15, 16 minutes.
Yeah.
So and it's not like you got to sit there and wait for it to train or anything. You can stack the skill queue up to like 24 hours.
Yeah.
But you should definitely log in and put something in after that time.
Right.
Before it's out.
Yeah.
But once you're getting up to like the level 5s, you're looking at like 8-9 day trains sometimes. Way
That's
higher than that.
crazy to me.
I've got an 8-day train in the queue right now.
Oh,
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, but
But
personally,
realistically,
go ahead.
I just want to say realistically for an Eve career, an 8-day train is
Not
nothing.
that bad, right?
Yeah, I mean we're talking. I think when you calculate all of it out, it takes something like 22 years to train it all because you spec your character, you spec them for something.
yeah, I mean it has the I don't want to say it's kind of like RPG
In
aspects
any
of it,
MMO, it's going to take you how long before your character's good at something? I mean, good at it.
but it should take a long time
Yeah.
if it's an MMO done properly.
Yes.
it's
Before
it's a
you're
time sink.
decently spec'd into a ship that can run missions, it's going to take about 2 months in Eve.
yeah.
And that's 2 months of, realistically, you don't even have to play.
Yeah.
fair.
But what I was gonna say was, what was it, about a month ago? None of us had played an MMO.
Not true.
Well,
Yeah,
you did. You
yeah.
did. Excuse me. You had.
Mr. Zach had.
I had
James and I had not played an MMO.
Yep.
I was kind of scared of him, to be honest.
I was too.
As you should be with some of them. Like they can be a complete time suck.
Yeah.
Like that's what WoW was for me for about a good year of my life. I fucked with WoW too much.
Not to
Yeah.
mention, just for me personally, fantasy games can only hold so much of my interest for so long just before it gets kind of old.
Yeah. Well,
That's just me.
You're a space guy. I mean, that's
Yeah. No,
You definitely are.
That's me.
Yeah.
Space games are my thing. I've got, too many hours in Kerbal Space Program. I've got a ton of hours in Space Engineers. Space games don't get old to me. I'm a bit of a sci-fi nut. I've seen way too many episodes of Star Trek. I unfortunately kind of understand the theories that they have in these shows. I mean, it's just it's a little much for me. So yeah, space games just don't get old. So Eve's just a logical choice for me.
Right, it makes sense.
Personally, well, I do really, really like space stuff. I don't have the same sort of
Obsession.
yeah, I guess obsession would be the best word for it.
I can always go back to a space game. It's not
can't.
gonna be old to me
Yeah.
after 300 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm talking not straight, obviously, but 300 hours of my straight game time.
Right,
The time
right.
that I allocate for games.
Yeah. Yeah, personally, I just started Final Fantasy 14.
I picked it up as well.
Yeah,
These guys
30
are out
days.
playing games without me.
Yeah, well, you should jump on 14, man. That's where it's
Why? I
at.
run around with a freaking tail and ears
That's awesome.
and wacky helmets.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I can make a list.
Go for it.
Why? When I could have like freaking missiles and blowing people up and any missiles where you guys are at?
No, we got magic, though. It's good stuff.
Yeah, you can keep your magic. I got gates and fast and light travel.
Boring.
No, it's not.
Nerd.
Both of you have admitted the temptation of wanting to come over to Eve. I've said no such thing with 14.
Again,
I said I'd be
thing
interested
about
in
Eve-
playing it.
the thing about Eve is, conceptually, I love it. I love things about it. I just would never be able to sit down and play it. I'd be too paranoid. I'd be afraid I'd
Eve is one of, for anyone
just-
uninitiated, Eve is one of the few games where it doesn't matter where you are, unless you are docked up in a station not doing a damn thing, you are not safe.
Yeah, see,
Someone could randomly drop on you and kill you, and there's nothing you can do about it. They will get killed as well because there are very effective police around. But
In some places.
well, that's why I'm saying no matter where you are, even if you're in high sec,
Yeah.
the safest area in the game, I'm making air quotes, you can get ganked. People make special ganking fits for ships, and that's just for killing stuff before they get killed by Condor, which is the local police.
yeah, see, I like the idea of someone joining a corp, which is
That's a guild.
it's a guild essentially. Yeah, being there for an extended period of time. Let's just call it a year, and just turning around and betraying everyone in there, and you get to know that person over the course of the year, call them a friend, and all of a sudden, nope, they weren't exactly being, they're not
Honest.
exactly your friend. Yeah, they're not being honest.
It doesn't sound fun to me.
Exactly. That doesn't sound fun to me.
It isn't commonplace, but it does
I love
happen,
the fact.
yeah.
I love the fact that it can be done. That it's so open that it gives you that ability.
Yep.
I don't want to put myself through that.
No, especially like if you get close to the person, you think they're a good friend, and then all of a
Exactly.
sudden they're just like, "Hey, by the way, suck a dick, fag," and they're like, "Boom, you're done," and they just abandon you, and they just blow your shit up, and they abandon the corp, and then they're just gone.
Well, I told him, I didn't tell you, we had a blue killer in Corp recently.
See?
Yeah, see,
it wasn't anybody I knew or anything like that. It was a blue killer. Like, AWOX, they got me. They got me and one other Corp member. Yeah, that was rather interesting.
See, that's craziness to me. I don't know. I'd rather have a tail and ears and run around and have fun than be paranoid the entire damn time I'm playing a game.
Well, I mean, you can be paranoid if you want. There's no reason to be though. It's one of the first things you learn is you don't fly anything you're not willing to lose.
I don't know. It's just like you invest so much time into something, you get very, very immersed into it.
You never lose that. That's the thing. The thing that you invest time into is your skills, and unless you're really, really, really stupid about it, and you've got to be like obscenely stupid, you never lose that.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it. Again, conceptually, I love it. It's just, I love the fact that there's a game out there that gives you that range of possibilities. But I can't.
Problem
put
is, you
myself
give
through
that
it.
range of possibilities to people.
Exactly.
What do people do? People do what people do.
And they
Yes.
fuck people over.
Yep.
Like I said, that's why I enjoy 14. It's something. It's more a calm experience. It's more fun for me. It's more enjoyable. It's more I can just relax and.
Yeah, I play games to, well, not always to relax, but I mean, there's high tension moments in that as well. It's just, I play games I want to be comfortable doing. I don't want to dominate my life outside of it, which Eve, I guarantee would, because it'd be like, oh, am I safe right now? What's going on with the corp? I don't know what's going to happen.
And like the thing with
just to interject on that comment really, I'm not worried about Eve when I'm
No,
not
I'm not saying
playing
you are.
it
I'm saying
yet.
I would be.
Yeah.
There's no reason to be worried about it when you're not playing it.
I'm not. I'm just saying I would be because I would obsess over stuff like that. I just
Oh.
knowing myself, I would.
Out of my hands.
But yeah, like when it comes to 14, like I was telling Cody when we were actually playing it, I ever since I played RP or MMOs specifically, even back in WoW, I've always been DPS. I've never done anything else. Always too afraid to get yelled at for being a terrible tank or being a shitty healer, whatever. Healing, if you can't heal, you're retarded. Period. It is that
that's one thing I've never understood is someone who can't heal.
like it literally in Final Fantasy 14, you press down on the goddamn D-pad and you select who you want to heal. If you're playing on a console like a fucking peasant like I am, you press down on the D-pad and you select who you want to heal and you use Cure. That's it. If you can't do that, you're fucking retarded and you shouldn't play any games. You should just go away from games. You should go fucking color. Just go color in a coloring book.
Cody and I were saying it's like the job you give to your girlfriend.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
It's like, you want to play the game? Okay, you're a healer. And
Yeah,
now
you're
we're
so.
we're
You're
doing things together.
You're doing so well. You're keeping me alive. Keep doing that. 'Cause I swear to God, if you let me die, I will fucking yell at you. But like tanking, when I was playing with Cody, we were gonna go into we were gonna queue up for a dungeon together, and I was gonna tank for the first time ever. I was like legitimately nervous.
He was.
Like the first day of high school type of like nerves, butterflies. Like I don't even know what to do with myself. I'm gonna screw up.
He was
gonna go wrong.
terrified.
And it was just such like an.
Sounds relaxing.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
it was something. It was something very like it's something very new and strange as far as the game goes. Because
Sorry.
I mean, when it comes to like any other game, like I don't like it's not important to me at all. Like when a single player game, but when it comes to an MMO and you're actually playing with people and there's a community to it,
Right.
it's something completely different. You don't want to get yelled at and being like, "Oh, you're such a shitty tank. It's so terrible." Because I've been in there with shitty tanks who are getting yelled at, and it's just like, man, that's not the guy's just trying to play the game. He clearly isn't a good tank, but he's clearly never tanked
Especially
before.
if you go into it saying like, "Okay, guys, it's my first time tanking."
Yeah, like
any
I had.
pointers would be cool. If not, just be understanding if I screw up.
Yeah, I had one tank that literally everybody bailed on him, and I just sat in the instance talking with him for like 20 minutes, giving him some tips, and then we both had to bail because there was no healer, there was no DPS, it was just me and him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he wasn't going to tank anything, and I was healing, so I probably would have pulled aggro from him, and it would have been bad. But I mean, like the first tanking experience was so crazy fun for me. Now I love tanking. Tanking is one of my favorite things to do now. But yeah, it's such a cool experience, like actually being the important part of the instance, so to speak. I mean, I don't want to sound like the center of attention, but that's literally what you're supposed to be as a tank. Is everything needs to be looking at you. You know what I mean? Like you don't want shit attacking your healer because then people are going to yell at you.
Yeah.
Especially the healer.
Yeah.
I yell at plenty of tanks, so I know how that goes. But I mean, it's one of those things. Like it was an interesting experience to actually have a game make me nervous. Like, oh my god, am I going to?
You're so.
Am I going to
invested
perform? Am I going to do well? And like, am I going to be able to do what I need to
People
do?
are relying on you.
Yeah, it was so cool and it's so much fun. I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Yeah, it's one of the few things that an MMO has over every other game. It's just like that investment, that sense of community. It has that over most games.
Oh yeah, well just because the people are there.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and even like online shooters and stuff like that, they have like communities, but they're usually pretty shit communities. But even though MMOs have sometimes shitty communities, like I haven't heard the best thing come out of WoW. Like communities that let people are pretty hardcore there.
Yeah, I got yelled at a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
see, I don't know.
Being a DPS, I was getting yelled at, and that's ridiculous. Because I mean, if you're a DPS, it means you clearly don't want to be the center of attention. You just want to go in there. Yeah, you just want to go in there. You want to do some damage. You want to get some drops. You want to get out. Yeah. If you're getting yelled at for being a DPS, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like I was doing end game dungeon raids, and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Like I was doing mid-level dungeons, and I was getting yelled at for being a retribution paladin, and I was like, "Fuck this game, I'm done. This is dumb."
Yeah, so that's why I never tried WoW. It's just like it wasn't very welcoming.
Yeah, it can definitely be toxic at times. But yeah, there's actually a funny story when it comes to 14. When Cody and I were both pretty new at the game, we were really bad at managing our money. And it costs to teleport from anywhere to like a safe zone or like a city or whatever. There was a point in the game where I was running around with 4 gil. That is $4. You can't do anything. You can't buy a potion with 4 gil.
No.
You can do nothing. So I literally had to like run across the map to get back to the place where I had to turn to my quest because there was just no feasible way for me to get there otherwise. And it was before I had a chocobo, so I was slow as hell going back to the place because I had 4 fucking gil.
Yeah, there was also you bought a set of armor.
Yeah, we each bought the set of armor, paid retarded amounts of money for it. We each paid probably about. I know I paid more than you because you got the chest for way cheaper than I did.
Yeah,
and like we both paid probably around 6,000 to 10,000 gil a piece,
which at the time was a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot when you're a low level character. And then as we were going through it, each of the pieces of armor that we had just bought were quest rewards for just like the next 3 quests that we were doing. And we're just like, God damn it, are you serious with this?
Yeah, I've noticed that seems to be kind of a rule for either RPGs in general, if not MMOs in general.
I'd say for sure MMOs.
When you're doing early quests, period, don't buy anything.
No, yeah, that was...
finish the quests, then get into the game, then buy stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of what Cody and I both agreed on when it came to anything auction house, is check the price on the auction house, go to the fucking wiki, see if any vendors sell it for cheaper, or if you get it in the quest reward coming up.
Yeah.
If you get it in the quest reward coming up, go do that. If the vendor sells it cheaper, go do that. If you can buy it on the auction house for a decent price, go for that way.
Yeah, it was kind of a no fucking dumb moment. Do research about the game. You learn stuff.
Well, not even that. Like,
which feels really, really stupid with guys like us, where normally...
We should know this.
Normally when I'm playing a game, I've got like 4 pages open on it. From forums on the game to FAQs on the game, a wiki on the game. And,
And we were just being dumb as hell.
Yep.
Just buying. First of all, if you're going to the auction house to buy anything in any MMO ever, you're going to pay a retarded price for anything and everything.
For the most part, there is exceptions to every rule, but
I'm not sure how the auction house works. Everything on EVE's live market, so...
It's basically you throw it up there and people can buy it.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Like, you put a price up there and you put it on the auction house. And if it sells, great. If it doesn't, it sits up there.
It's split up into categories. You look for the job.
So it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, essentially. There's a market that I have cornered, and I'm very proud of it.
You might not want to say this.
I know, right? I might want to give it away, but I mean, they don't know what server I'm on, so they can have the market on their server. And I swear to God, if I see you on my server using my stuff, I will come and hunt you down.
And do what?
I don't know, dance in front of them or something?
Okay.
Dance? I don't know. Dance, follow them around dancing.
Invite them to the PvP island so you can go and fight them.
Go fight me! For whatever reason, it seems like nobody understands that you can buy, like, the very basic starting gear. Like, when you start off, you just start off in your racial clothes. Nobody knows you can buy them for $25. So I buy them for $25, sell them on the marketplace for about $5,000 a piece. Every single time they sell. Without fail.
Yeah, and it's not even like it takes a day or two or something like that.
Some of the times, it's just like...
Yeah, sometimes it's just like within an hour, it's like, oh, that's sold for $5,000. It's like, that is absolutely ridiculous.
Guilt.
Yes, guilt.
Yeah. Yes.
But I mean, it's one of those...
In case you're offended by such things.
Like, same thing with Cody and I. We'll just go mining for like an hour and a half, get a bunch of iron, throw it up there, make a bunch of money. Every time. Without fail, it sells. It's a good time, though.
I have fun with it. I've been taking a bit of a break from it since I've been playing 10, but ready to jump back into it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing EVE this weekend.
Yeah,
got some solid mission runs in. I just trained some Tech 2 stuff I'm looking forward to using. And
all kinds of good stuff, fun stuff. Yeah.
Very excited.
Yeah.
I've got to get the drone skills trained for the update. Anyone who doesn't know, get drone skills, specifically combat drone, up to 5, because they're splitting into 2 skills before the update. I think the update happens on the 3rd Icelandic time. Again, anyone who doesn't know, do it.
A public service announcement.
Yeah.
Well, on that same kind of vein of updates and PSAs, Xbox changed some shit.
Yes, it did. When is the actual announcement, or when is it supposed to take place? I think it's in July.
Yeah, it's supposed to. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be within the next couple months, but they're going to be taking away the paywall that's in front of it's Netflix and Hulu, right?
Yeah, well, basically any service that you have that you're
actually paying for.
You're paying for it, but they're not going to double dip anymore, essentially. If you're paying for a service like Netflix or Hulu or HBO Go or anything like that, it's not going to require Xbox Live Gold anymore.
Which it shouldn't have to begin with.
Exactly. And they also said...
I mean, it's arguable whether it should have required Gold or not, because you're still using Microsoft server time to use it. That's why they were charging Gold.
Yeah.
I think it's goofy.
Gold shouldn't have been as expensive.
Yeah, that's true. If that's what all you were using it for.
Yep.
Yeah. But at the same time, can you really prove it? I mean,
They're using Microsoft server time? I can
No. If you're using it just for that, I mean...
You're still using Microsoft server time. No reason.
No, the cheaper price just if you're using Netflix.
Oh. Well, yeah, there'd be a log.
Yeah, that's true, I suppose. But,
Or you could do tiers of service. There's a number of ways to market it out, but...
Yeah, that might be confusing.
Not to mention, look at the way Netflix does it. They've got their online only, and they've got their...
Oh, the mail thing that nobody does anymore?
Do people still do that?
My parents do.
Does people still do that? Sorry.
One cool thing about the announcement, though, is they did say they would refund anybody who's done this since the announcement was made if they bought Gold.
Just use Netflix?
Just use Netflix. They said they would refund you.
So yeah, there's definitely a way to track it.
Yeah, there must be. And then you bring that up.
Huh.
But, yeah.
Bearing in mind, I have played games while on Xbox Live, but I don't know.
Multiplayer?
That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if I've actually played a multiplayer game. Like,
since the announcement was made? I don't know.
I'm trying to think of the last time I played multiplayer. It was probably GTA 5 shortly after it came out.
So yeah, that's significantly before. Huh. Yeah, it was worth a shot.
I might get some money.
There you go. Some other news that came out, though.
On the Netflix thing, too, we got the Nintendo thing.
Oh, the Nintendo thing. Yeah.
I'm lost. What are you guys talking about?
Nintendo, they were shutting off online services for the Wii and the DS.
Yeah.
That happened, I think, 2 days ago. Something like that. Yeah, this is the 24th of the data recording. 24th.
Start on the 23rd.
Whatever.
It's late, guys.
Yeah.
Or early.
Good point.
Yeah.
Be optimistic.
People could be listening from all over the world.
Hi, London. I like your tower clock thing.
The clock thing. I was going to say the tower thing was, that's in Paris.
No, not that tower. Stupid.
Anyway, they were shutting the online services down for the Wii and the DS.
Mm-hmm.
When they announced it, they just said all online services. The games, Netflix, everything.
Did they go back on that?
They went back on it to a degree. They said they're still shutting off all the game stuff, but they're going to keep the Netflix and all that stuff. So you can still use Netflix with your Wii.
Essentially, here's what happened. A bunch of, let's say, older people like maybe, I don't know, my dad.
Old as shit.
What? Netflix won't work on the Wii anymore, but that's all we use it for. And so Nintendo, or actually what probably happened, people at Netflix went, wait a second, all these people who are accessing Netflix only with the Wii, we're going to lose all of these accounts. And so they picked up the phone and called Nintendo. And
hey,
said,
jackass.
Look, if you don't stop this, or at least support this for a little while longer, whatever console you launch next, we're not going to support. So they went, okay, so I think we'll probably keep supporting it, at least for Netflix. Maybe whatever else is included with that server time.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't hear anything about them keeping the Netflix thing going on.
Yeah, they made that announcement the day they were shutting things down.
Really?
So
Yeah.
I wonder how many other people
Because I think it shut down, or they made the announcement on the 20th of May.
Mm-hmm.
And they just said within the next 24 hours everything's going to be shutting down, but we decided we're going to keep Netflix.
Because we like you guys.
And stuff, yeah.
We really like Netflix, too. Best streaming service in the world.
Yeah,
we love you.
Be seriously surprised if Netflix wasn't directly involved.
Oh, they had to have been.
Oh, yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Especially like the analogy you used of like, hold on, we're going to be losing all of these people are just going to go away?
Yeah.
No, fuck you.
Yeah. Especially when their next step up is like, okay, you have this many people on this console and this many people on this console. Yeah, no. We want those people over there.
Yep.
We want the people who actually bought your console, not the people who don't know what the fuck your new console is.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's just an extension.
It's just a tablet, right? No. It's a handheld? No.
Yeah.
It adds on to the Wii? No.
No. Yeah. Oh, rumor mill this week, though.
Oh, rumor mill.
Apparently,
I think I know where you're going with it.
Google,
Boo.
owners of everything on the internet,
Including YouTube,
are trying to buy Twitch.tv.
I heard about that.
I hope it's not true. God, I hope it's not true.
There's positives and negatives to it. There really are, because...
No, you're going to have a Google Plus to access Twitch.
Well, no, they're stopping the Google Plus thing.
You know why? Because no one on it. I heard the perfect analogy.
Go for it.
And that was that being on Google Plus is like talking to an empty room.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I've never, ever... That's a lie. I've never logged on to Google Play or Google Plus. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Google Plus.
Yeah, that's the store.
Yeah.
I've never logged on to Google Plus intentionally. Like, I've done it plenty of times on accident, messing around with my YouTube account, and it's like, hey, now you're on Google Plus. And I'm like, I don't want to fucking be here.
I'm on Google Plus.
What the hell is this shit? Bring me back to YouTube.
I'm trying to log out of my email.
Google Plus what?
Google Plus sadness.
That's a good way to put Google Plus what?
So yeah, I don't know, because my thing with, we have a YouTube page, guys, somewhere on the internet. It's really hard to find right now, but that's going to become easier. But the problem with that is...
Theoretically.
Yeah, it was just a gigantic foobar mess with the Google Play and YouTube.
Plus
Google Plus, excuse me. Yeah, that's their marketplace. Which I have no issue with.
We don't have any apps, so...
Not yet.
We don't have a Google Play.
No.
We will. Maybe. I don't know.
Don't look at me.
No, but it's just one of those things. Like with Google Plus, it became so difficult just to get like a simple YouTube name, and it's just ridiculous.
And we still can't get the correct name. What we want the XP Grind, like the name of the site. Yes.
Yeah.
And we can't put that name in there. It's not a valid name. They won't accept it.
Yeah. So, XP can't be the first name because it's too short. Even though people can have the name JD or anything that's like a two-letter word.
I think those were grandfathered in.
Regardless, and then like the isn't a good first name. It doesn't match their criteria.
Yeah.
The XP, you can't have like a then a capital letter afterwards because
that
doesn't match their criteria.
Maybe we're retarded and we can't figure it out. I don't know.
I spent
a good look at it.
I spent a couple hours just getting frustrated over the whole thing, but that's what I do with everything.
But at the same time, it's going to draw more attention to going back to the whole
the actual Twitch.
Issue here. It will give more attention to the actual streamers on Twitch, which is a good thing for them.
Yeah.
As long as Google...
SEO's already built into Twitch, though, or Twitch, excuse me. Whether Google owns it or not, it's not really going to draw more attention to it.
No, it draw more attention from the YouTube audience. If that makes any sense.
I don't see how them being directly connected does.
Well, because they can advertise on the front page, hey, this person's streaming over here. Or they put it on YouTube. It depends on how deep they go into it.
Okay, so you're talking about the direct connection to YouTube, not the connection to Google. Okay, that makes a whole lot more sense.
Yeah. As long as they...
Because technically... Sorry to interrupt again.
If they decide to wire it that way.
If they do, yes. This is all speculation at this point.
Considering they never directly wired Google Search into YouTube any more than it ever was, I don't see why they would.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it like Cody said, it kind of makes more sense because it could be like, hey, this person... Like, you go to YouTube and it's like, hey... Here are a couple accounts that are like top accounts that are streaming right now. You click on one of those, it brings you over to twitch.tv.
It just redirects you.
Yeah, just something like that.
The only thing they did with Google Search, considering the things they could have done, was add a YouTube button in the search bar.
Yeah, and they just made videos where you were searching for Google, it would just... Or on Google,
YouTube
yeah. It would
first.
Exactly.
That's pretty much all they did. I don't really see it going much further.
Oh, as far as the actual...
I think they're just looking for another revenue stream, and Twitch is making a lot of money.
And what's weird about it is they want to buy them for $1 billion, but that's, all things considered, that's chump change considered some of the other stuff that people have been buying up on the internet. Like Facebook bought that little chat app. I don't remember the name of it. They bought it for like $3 billion or something like that, and not many people even heard of that.
You know how many people are out there making crappy, I don't know what you want to call it, social media.
Whatever.
Substitute kind of deals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hoping that...
To get bought out.
That Facebook or...
Someone will just buy it up.
For ridiculous amounts of money like that.
I don't blame them. I mean, you make that
Come
kind
make
of money,
your account at thexpgrind.com. Upload your profile picture. Tell us where you're from. And we'll happily sell your information for billions of dollars.
I don't get it.
Me neither. It's goofy. It's just one of those things. People are like, "Hey, hold on, I can make this shitty website. and make a whole butt ton of money by just bending over when YouTube says, or when Facebook says to bend over? Yes, I will. I choose yes. I would like to have the butt ton of money.
And the same on the other side of the coin, though, it could be just because YouTube streaming service has not taken off. They tried to implement that, and it has just been terrible. Mm-hmm. And
I don't think
they're looking over at Twitch and saying, okay, this is successful, and it's up and coming. And with like the whole Twitch Plays Pokemon thing, people can have a constant stream, and it's just, you know how powerful that is? Yeah.
The thing with YouTube buying Twitch, I just hope that they keep the integrity of what Twitch is. Twitch is a gaming website. Twitch is not
they absolutely won't.
That's like, see, if I don't.
That's what's scary, though.
That's exactly what I'm not a big fan of. Is
not a matter of scary. It's a matter of what will actually happen.
Yeah,
which is
if they keep their hands off of it and just let Twitch keep doing what they're doing, which they won't, because and look what they did with YouTube. YouTube is completely different. Yeah, it's just
why would they? Because the entire Twitch community will just walk. There's no reason to stay there.
Well, where are they going to go?
Find a new place. I mean, it's one of those things where, if the fucking internet hates a place, they will walk out on it. It's just a thing.
A lot of people are hating YouTube right now, but look what YouTube's doing.
Yeah, but YouTube doesn't have a substitute. And
neither does Twitch.
They can. Twitch was one of those things that just came out of nowhere. It was never a big thing. It was Justin.tv. Yep. And then it became Twitch, which was a gaming thing exclusively. If you're going to implement YouTube into Twitch and have something else streaming, have a different section of Twitch entirely. This is YouTube's Twitch.
I'm not arguing that there's alternatives to do it. What I'm saying is that I'm with Cody on this one, in that they're probably going to turn it into something different. Not majorly different, but different enough in that there's going to be radical adaptations to it. So that other people rather than just the gaming community can use it. That's probably why they want it.
And then just like YouTube in general, it's
mostly probably business adaptations.
I don't even think about that.
On top of that, and classroom adaptation, there's a ton of uses for it. On top of that, what they're going to do is, since the gaming community won't have an immediate place to go, they're just going to keep using it just like they kept using YouTube.
Most likely. I mean, there are small options out there, but nothing that can handle the amount that Twitch has. That's what it comes down to.
Especially once they're on Google's servers.
Yeah. And one big thing that's been plaguing Twitch lately is the delay times between what's happening on the screen and what's happening in chat. I think it's a 30-second delay or something like that, where it used to be just a couple seconds. And I think that's just because of how big Twitch has gotten recently.
It's the volume.
Yeah, and I mean, YouTube has the same issue when you stream there. That's why a lot of people don't like it on top of the YouTube community. But if Google were to dedicate a lot of server power for that, it's bandwidth in general for Twitch, and start pushing it heavily like they do YouTube as this all right, here's where you go if you want to put videos up, here's where you go you want to stream. We have both, equal amount of power for both of these. I mean, just push it as much as they can. Maybe it'll get better, but they have to keep their hands on in the right areas and keep their hands off in the right. No Google Plus implementation, anything like that. They really
need to get off of that.
They said they're going to. That's what I've heard. We'll see. I highly doubt it. I don't. Yeah, we'll see on that one. But
they're in the information business, so trying to get them off of Google Plus is good luck.
Yeah, the way they force that into YouTube.
The way they force it into everything is what it comes down to.
Yeah, because if you want to have Gmail or anything like that, you now have Google Plus,
which is terrible. I don't think it's I don't know. It's frustrating. You want an email? Here's a social media device.
What's funny is when it first came up, I was complaining about it. Most everybody was like, "What are you complaining about?" It's okay, I'll wait.
Everything.
And now everybody's complaining about it.
On top of the fact that what they're doing is, morally wrong, but no one's going to give a shit about that.
Yep.
The system itself is terrible.
Yep.
It's just bad.
And annoying.
Yeah. The fact that they're forcing you into something that is absolutely terrible. It's just I hate everything about it.
Plus, apparently, there's this issue with like if you edit a photo on their photo editing software, you can only share it on Google Plus. You can't like
What?
Yeah, you can't like pop it over to Facebook or something like that unless you like save it off as an individual file and then upload it separately.
That is ridiculous. I hadn't heard about that.
Again, I don't know about that directly. That is secondhand information. I shouldn't say again. I'm saying that for the first time, but
Yeah, that's...
But this isn't from. This wasn't information from like some random person who doesn't know their stuff. This is someone who's quite well versed.
Yeah.
In using this type of
a
technology.
relatively reliable source.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I hadn't heard about that.
It's not surprising at all.
It's not
for me.
surprising, but it's ridiculous. I mean, it's...
Yeah.
Yeah. But in other news, some
Other
more
ridiculous news.
bullshit news is what it is. ZeniMax is suing...
Oh my god!
Yeah, another
They're suing
company.
somebody else again
Why is
because
ZeniMax
fuck
so
it.
so crazy.
I don't
Because they
know.
can make monies off of it.
You know why? It's because they're trying to be more hated than EA. They're like, hey, EA makes a lot of money. Let's make
Let's sue
everybody
EA.
hate. Yeah, let's sue EA. That's next. But they're suing Oculus because of... I saw it was a breakdown of all the shit that they said, and basically the first dev kits that came out, it was making people sick and all that, and they took it to ZeniMax, and ZeniMax was like, okay, we can help you out. And so they played around with it, made it a little bit better. They sent the next generation of dev kits out, and people were liking it a bit more. And they told...
Throwing up a bit less.
Throwing up a bit less, yes. And they said that... ZeniMax said...
I do want to say for the record,
Go
I
ahead.
don't mind anybody suing Facebook.
No. No.
So I mean, as far as people fucking people, I'm not complaining about that. I don't like the ZeniMax is suing something because again, they're sue crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
But most of the people they sue, I usually have a problem with it. This one, I'm not complaining.
No, it's just
It's
the fact
not
that
a
they're
point-
doing it again.
It's not a point against them in my book.
No, it's just the fact that they need to stop suing people for
people.
every little thing.
Yeah.
Yes. But
sue.
I
Yeah.
just wanted to throw that one in.
That's
Like,
fine, that's fine.
Somebody fucking Facebook, I don't really care.
No.
In fact, it's kind of a point
It's
for
a
them.
little bit of a plus.
Yeah.
But
Not a Facebook fan
no,
at all.
No. But apparently the second generation of dev kits that came out, people were throwing up less. They were starting to enjoy the experience, getting excited about it, all that more than they already were. Yes.
This is
ZeniMax
great.
said. ZeniMax said, just don't put our name on anything. Don't advertise with any of our games, and we should be good. We should be good to go. Turns out they were advertising with ZeniMax Games. I think they advertised with Doom or something like that. They just were plastering it all over the place, and
Which is not a ZeniMax game, but it is now because they bought it.
exactly.
But did they buy it just because they were advertising?
That's a good fucking question.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Let's find
when
out
this-
when ZeniMax acquired, or when I'm pretty sure Bethesda is the one who acquired Doom. So let's find out when that happened.
Yeah.
Bethesda acquiring fucking games. Are
No.
they selling Doom? Because I know of a couple games that they acquired that they're not selling.
Well, it's because they're gonna do a fucking collection. They're gonna charge you an assload for it.
What collection? What are you talking about? What
Fallout.
games?
maybe?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You know the ones they bought back at the beginning of the year that they're not selling. Who the previous owners, Interplay, were selling like mad.
Yeah. No, ZeniMax is very, very frustrating right now. It sucks because they own Bethesda, and I really, really like Bethesda games.
Mm-hmm. It's just particularly confusing when Interplay owned the games, were selling them. It was the lawsuit. The lawsuit was mostly over the Fallout MMO name. That's 90% of what the lawsuit was
Right.
about. But it incorporated the original Fallout games as well.
Yeah.
And then Interplay had to turn over those titles at the beginning of this year. Which,
Yeah, I think it was actually
which-
January 1st.
Yeah,
right?
which they did, and they ended it with the whole blowout giveaway thing.
Yeah, they gave the
Which
it was
I mean,
free
good
on
luck. Yeah, on GOG,
right?
which
Yeah.
good fucking luck getting them there at the time.
No, that was impossible. I tried. I
Yeah.
couldn't get to the site.
And now, soon as Bethesda gets their hands on them,
ZeniMax.
yeah, I mean, same thing.
Oh, I
Officially,
don't like
they-
saying that because
yeah,
it's like
but-
EA with BioWare. I don't associate
Yeah,
the two.
but,
I
I mean,
try not to anyway.
Officially, Bethesda has them. That's
Okay.
who they went to in the lawsuit. They're just off the market completely, and apparently they gave some lame excuse about needing to put their own name on it or something like that because it's Interplay's logos in it, or
Yeah.
removing Interplay from it or something like that.
Right.
That should not take the amount of time that they've had the games.
No, and especially with the size of the staff that I know for a fact
Uh-huh.
Bethesda has,
And
especially right now. When
there's a demand for these games.
absolutely
They're still on the Steam marketplace,
just not
available to buy.
Yeah, very, very, very
And that's
frustrating.
that is obscene with a game of that type of popularity.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so, yeah, it's difficult to watch, especially with a company like that. That I'm a fan of their games. Just not a fan of the way they do business at all.
I'm a big fan of one of their new games,
Which one would that be?
Wolfenstein.
Yeah?
That game was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
One thing I heard about that game was, I mean, this is completely separate from gameplay or anything like that. I heard the soundtrack was actually really, really well done.
Everything, like, truthfully, like, I don't want to sound like, I don't know, I'm just...
lying.
Yeah, like, but whatever. And I don't want to sound like I'm just, talking about how great it is and all that kind of nonsense. But
Especially because it's new or anything like that.
It's such a good game. Like, it really, from start to finish, I enjoyed it. And that's typically not something that I feel about games anymore. It did suffer from the last level of any shooter game ever, where they're like, you know what? We're going to throw every fucking big enemy at you at once, suck a dick. I don't like that level.
And lag out like hell.
No, it doesn't lag. At least on the PS4. I didn't have any
Okay.
issues with it. It ran smoothly, but it was just like, hey, look, you're getting shot from all directions by rockets and lasers and all kinds of bullshit. It's like, this is a great time. I'm having such a good time. Man, I love respawning 15 minutes ago. This is amazing.
Yeah.
But I mean,
It's cool in Bioshock because it doesn't matter.
fair.
Go at him with a wrench.
Fuck you! But I mean, yeah, I thought the game was just so good from start to finish, and the story was actually interesting, and like the characters were 95% believable. Like, you had your typical jarhead fucking I'm a fucking army dude. I shoot people and I'm the America kind of lead character with the the super annoying gravelly voice the entire time.
Sounds riveting.
So dark and brooding. But I mean, like, that's just him. But like the rest of the actual cast is really good. Pretty sure Jimi Hendrix is in the game. Like, there's a character named Jay. All he does is play a left-handed Gibson all the time, and he's always high.
Hendrix played a Strat.
Anyways, that's what he does the entire
Like,
time.
did they get like old audio files of Hendrix and like?
I don't want to spoil anything from the game,
Okay, all right, fair
but
enough.
there's a scene that makes it very clear that it's Jimi Hendrix.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
But yeah, in that sense, they're still making good games. So at
Yeah,
least they're not like EA when they're like, hey, you know what? Let's just put out a game. Battlefield 4, fuck it. It's not finished. It's good enough. Put it out there.
Yeah,
SimCity.
or completely
SimCity,
changing,
whatever,
or
anything.
completely changing a franchise.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not even get into that.
Yeah,
Yeah, at least they're still putting out good games. That's kind of
Yeah.
what I'm getting at.
and let's fingers crossed Fallout 4.
Well, and now that they actually have the rights, theoretically, to a Fallout MMO, they could begin work on that.
Yeah, that would be. I don't know. That'd be
Could
interesting.
be something very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was so much fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Fallout might work better than. At least it'd be more interesting to me than ESO would be.
Same here.
Just because
I was never terribly interested in
I
ESO.
was to a certain extent, but not the same way Fallout would be.
Yeah, even the idea of ESO was like,
Yeah, MMOs and stuff.
Exactly. That's nice little book in there.
Basically, that's what it comes down to. MMOs, some of them are good, some of them are not created equally.
some of them are Eve.
And then others are, ESO. Or WoW. But other upcoming games and new games and things along those lines, Far Cry 4 is announced.
Yes, it was.
Which looks fucking good, I guess. I mean, the box art looks good.
Yeah. The box art, yeah. I don't think they released any screenshots, did they?
I was offended.
You were
Were you?
offended?
Were you offended?
Yeah.
Was it because there was a white dude and like a Mexican-ish looking dude?
Exactly.
Yeah, is that what it was?
Yeah.
As an American, I have the right to not be offended.
Oh.
But you're
Okay.
invoking the right to be offended.
Yes.
I understand. And I salute your patriotism.
Da, 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 da.
Really?
Yes.
That was necessary?
Yes.
I suppose so.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of controversy if you haven't got that over the Fallout 4 cover. That is absolutely
I
ridiculous.
really
Cry.
hope that they put out a
Far
Fallout 4
Cry.
cover pretty soon.
What?
You said Fallout 4.
Did I say Fallout 4?
You sure did.
Talking about Far Cry.
Freudian slip, I suppose.
Yeah. My mind's on Fallout 4. I
can't
it so
say I
bad.
blame you.
I want it so bad.
It's gonna be so good.
Yeah, Far Cry 4 cover. Stupid. Because basically it was the same cover as Fallout 3. You pointed this out to me the other day, James.
Yep.
It was basically the same cover, just with a white guy instead of a not white guy. It's just switched.
You said Fallout again.
Did I?
You sure did.
Oh man, it was awesome.
Far Cry 3.
Yes.
Yes, it's basically the exact same cover, except for this time there's not somebody fucking buried up to their eyeballs.
Yeah,
and
but it's the same
again,
cover.
in the Far Cry 3 cover, it was a not so white guy lording over a white guy.
Right.
So
That's
not
not
offensive at all.
No.
No. So,
Yeah,
Yes.
racism only works one way.
yeah.
Sorry, Internet. If you're offended,
Pretty sure
get
the
used to
internet's
it.
already aware of
Pretty
that.
much. Get used to it.
Yeah, if you're offended by something we say, get fucking used to it, because
Yep.
we're going to offend a lot of people because we're not censored. So, well, we're kind of censored. I'm kind of censored.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's for the better.
But that's, I think, all I really want to say on the Far Cry 4. Far Cry 4 cover. It's stupid. No controversy. Get over it.
Damn, yeah, it's dumb. It's just like the Dead Island cover when they're like, oh, it's a hanging zombie from a noose. It could be a black guy. That's racist. Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
I
Like,
remember
they
that.
actually changed the cover art for like just the name of Dead Island. It used to have like a dude hanging from a palm tree, and I was like, that's racist. How is that racist? He's hanging from a noose. Black people used to hang from nooses. That's just racist. Like,
Yeah.
what? That's dumb.
Why
Not
can't we
black
just-
people hung?
A lot. That's like that was a thing to do back in
That
the
was-
Middle
yeah, they
Ages.
did
You're like, you know
cover-
what? You're gonna die. We're gonna fucking hang you.
Why can't we just talk about how good the game is going to be? Far Cry 3 was amazing.
Yeah, one of the better games I've ever
I totally
played.
agree, but I mean the box art's just so offensive. I can't get over it. It hurts,
Yeah.
it hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
Like how can I?
I'm not gonna play it.
Yeah,
You
frankly,
gonna
I'm
boycott
gonna
it?
boycott.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna boycott.
You guys
I'm gonna
know.
boycott until they change the cover, and then I'll buy the game.
You know, the reason we're starting this podcast now is because this is more of a PSA about our petition that's going to come out pretty soon, shortly after this podcast,
Please sign the petition
to not play Far Cry 4.
until
They changed the cover art. to Something less
of a
offensive.
picture of myself, Cody, and James.
Yes.
That is what we're petitioning for. Otherwise, not gonna play the game.
And also change the name from Far Cry 4 to Fallout 4.
Mm-hmm. And then also get rid of
No,
the
and
entire engine and then hire Bethesda.
Need to sue the Bethesda or ZeniMax
They need to sue ZeniMax specifically.
just for
They
the
being
name
Ubi?
Fallout 4.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I can give it that then.
I don't know who I'd support. I'd probably support nobody in that position. But you guys all suck equally, and you're suing for nothingness.
Ubi's been doing some pretty good stuff lately.
Ubi had. Oh my god! Watch Dogs is so close.
Zach's having a little spasm.
I am. I work at a place where there are things that are sold that are video games, and I touched the box of Watch Dogs today.
Did you?
It was amazing.
Okay.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I just felt tinglies. Oh, it was
You
good.
felt tingly.
Oh, it was good. It was a collector's edition box too. It
Oh.
was really weird. Most you know how most collector's edition boxes on one of the fucking sides is like this is what's in the box.
Mhm.
None of it. Not on there at all. It's like a black box with like the kind of cybery kind of weird stuff that
It's not like binary, is it?
No. It's just
Okay.
like that weird kind of. Oh, if it was binary, I'd be like, what the fuck does it say? If it's just like that weird kind of like lines and the diamonds and stuff
Oh,
like
okay,
that,
okay,
for, like
okay.
typical Watchdog stuff.
Mhm.
And like, there's just no real like. It comes with this, and this. It's just like this is a black box. It says
No
Watch Dogs on
guarantees.
it. Yeah, Watch Dogs might be in there. Fuck if I know. It's just a black box.
So it might have been hacked
Might
and
come
taken
with an
out.
art book.
It might come with an art book. It might come with a statue of Aiden. It might fucking not. I don't know right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I touched it and it was amazing. I'm pretty stoked about that one. That's
You don't.
gonna,
I couldn't
that's gonna
get
be
that.
that's gonna be something that's gonna be talked about a lot on the next one of these podcasts because I'm going to play the shit out of that game.
Yeah.
The ever loving shit out of that game.
Yeah. I hope it just doesn't disappoint.
I don't think it's
Yeah,
gonna
there's
disappoint.
a lot of hype laying on it right now.
It really is. They've already said it's going to be their next Assassin's Creed.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
they already planned a movie. I mean, the game isn't out yet.
the thing with me is like I don't necessarily care about hype. Like that's fine. I'm definitely excited for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna be like I'm not hyped. That's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hyped as fuck for this game. But I mean, like from what I've seen already, I'm not disappointed. And I mean, I can definitely see the game being fun. Like it's fucking 900p and it's only 792p, whatever the fuck that means on the Xbox One. And it's 30 frames per
Yeah.
second.
Did you hear
I don't
about that,
care.
James?
No.
It's 792p on the Xbox One.
Resolution.
792.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not 720, 792. And it's not 1080 on the PS4, it's 900. So whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah,
Whatever.
that people were getting upset about that.
People
as well.
freak out about dumb shit. They're like, PC Master Race is so much better. I got 180 more Ps.
Again, who cares? Just play the fucking game.
Yeah, enjoy the game however you're playing. If you're playing on a goddamn PS3, if you're playing on the Xbox 360, all that matters is that you get the game and you enjoy it.
Realistically, it comes down to frames more than anything else.
Yeah.
30 frames is fine.
Yes, but
As long as it's consistent, that's what it comes down to.
That is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
When I'm playing a game on PC, that's what I'm going for. I'm not going for resolution. I'm going for...
And
frames.
usually, when you get one of these super high, ultra shiny games, you look at it once and it's like, wow, that looks really good. And then you turn it all down so your computer can handle it with
well, not
the
even
frames.
so much to handle it. It's just get to a consistent, like...
Frame rate.
I usually go for higher than 30, personally, but...
But your computer can handle it. You have a higher computer. For the average
My
person...
computer's high as fuck, man.
Hell yeah, man. Need some munchies? But, no, but the average person playing on PC, just even with, PC Master Race and all that, with all these super high-end computers, 4K and all that, they get it to where it can run stably with their frame rate. They don't have these super ultra-high resolutions for the most part. So, I mean, it's not important.
I don't get the going for ultra graphics and not supporting a decent frame rate. I don't even understand.
Look how good it looks, though. I get that it's 6 frames per second.
You get unplayable.
No. You get to see that frame for an extended period of time, so you can really analyze how good it looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even understand it.
I'm pretty jazzed about that one. I mean,
What?
The whole just Watch Dogs.
Oh yeah,
playing
it looks great.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay as far away from it as I can.
I'm ignoring it until it's out and I play it.
Yeah.
And then form my own opinion. That's what I do with pretty much every game.
Yeah, as I said, I'm very excited for it, but
it's easier for me to do when my tab position is
separated from it. Yeah,
completely removed.
You have to seek it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I guess that's going to call it for this first one, guys.
I believe so.
Yeah, I mean, we covered a lot of good stuff today. Covered our basics. We told you who we are. We told you more or less what this is going to be. I mean, you heard it yourself. This is going to be just a cool little podcast. We're going to sit down, talk about some video games, talk about what's upcoming, talk about what we like, talk about what we don't like, talk about
petitions we're starting.
Petitions, Far Cry, Fallout 4, with my face on the cover art and my face exclusively now.
Oh, we changed it.
Just a little bit. It's okay.
All right.
It's a good edit. Don't worry. It's going to be good. I'll fix it in post. Don't worry about it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I suppose that's going to be it for you guys. I mean, anything we want to say before you sign out here?
I think I'm good.
Anything about you, James? Play more Eve?
Yeah, get Eve before the update.
Yeah. But buy Eve. Buy Final Fantasy XIV. Buy the games. Support the people. Do the stuff.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Pay for their games.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys later. We'll talk to you soon. Bye!